People of the internet, it is Multiplier here now. You're probably wondering two things. First of all, what's in the box? Second of all, why are you measuring the power in your studio? What's that about? Good question. I shall answer it now, and then I will open the box. So, why am I measuring the power in my power stance? Why am I measuring the power in my studio? Well, I've been living here for 7 months, paying about £70 on my electricity meter bill thing. And then what happens is, at least the way it works here, if you use more electricity than £70 per month, then you owe the money. So I've been paying 70 for 7 months, and I just got a bill. It's pretty big. It's over £1,300 in 7 months on top of 17 month already. So that's quite a lot. So I'm trying to figure out how much of it's the studio, because that's just a bit bananas. It could be the light. It could be me leaving my computer on all the time, or it's off now, but monitors on standby, maybe. And maybe that's called. I just don't know. And that's what this video is all about. Trying to figure out what's causing all the electricity usage. How much does the studio use? That's the question of the day. And that's what I will be finding out with what's in the box. So just opening the box, casual box from Amazon. Smaller box. Fell twice in a row. Right, have this. And this is product part HYE. I'm not going to read that. You've guessed it, people. It's some serum presets. Instruction manuals. Nah. Yeah, power meter. I plug it in, and then I plug the... Nailed it twice. Power meter. I plug this, the English plug, into a plug, and then I plug the actual thing I want to measure into there, and then it tells me stuff. Hopefully. £9.99, I think, for indoor use only. That's good. Do not connect after each other. Grammatical errors on the plug. Do not connect after each other. What's that on about? Look how much writing. Someone's job was to write stuff on here. Digital energy meter, voltage, max load, for indoor use only. Do not connect after each other. It's 3 sentences and they've got one completely wrong, lunatics. I reckon I'm going to do the biggest culprit, and in fact I'm going to have to unplug you and monitor your energy levels. Should be right. So, in fact, I'm also going to move the microphone to over here. It's not going to sit there, is it? I'm just going to put you there. That's absolutely fine. Biggest culprit? Probably, definitely this. Let's be real. That is a mega light. I could look at the bulbs to work out the wattage, which is the power usage, but I don't really trust it. It was cheap off Amazon. So I'm going to use this. Let's plug it in. Right. How am I going to do this with one hand? Carefully is going to be the answer. Put that on there. That's why I bought them. And using one hand, in fact, what? Look at that. Look at that. And now, right, it may get quite dark because it's a very standard British day, which is thick clouds, drizzle, and gets dark about 2:30 in the afternoon. So this is windows everywhere, middle of the day, and it's dark. Welcome to England. Right, pushed it in. That's what she said. And then, do I just plug or do I? That's probably why I should have read the manual. I need my phone light. No, I'm going to get a torch. Yes, I'm going to get a torch because I never get to use my torch, and I can tilt you down when I go and acquire a torch. What is the point in having a torch if you can never find the torch? The one time you actually need a torch. This is ridiculous. I've got so many tools. I've got all the batteries, the double, just big D batteries for torches. I've got no torch. It's just insane. So I'm going to use my phone, my telephone, my light on the telephone. I haven't stopped the recording, have I? No, we're good. Right. Okay. So light. That says. In fact, maybe you can see if I do careful videography. And then there's a zoom effect if need be. So editing, video editing. Okay, so it says what? No, it says 0 watts. Let's plug it in. Hopefully no explosions. Oh, it's doing something. Look at all those watts. What? 3, 5, 2, 350. We'll round it down to 350 watts. That's a lot of watts. Let me go get something to comparisonize that for you. Words. That's a lot of wattage you're using light. So here are sort of like paper thing for some heaters. So a small electric heater is 500 watts. 500 watts. And then big ones are more. So this is like quite a small heater, but definitely a heater. Look, watt, 500 for a small one. And that's using, or not 500. I'll memorize that using my brain. 300 and numbers for the light. That's it could have been worse considering just the mega light usage. But that's still quite a lot. I'll show you, for example. So I'm going to look at. It's hot. Don't do that. Don't. I'm trying to do it carefully. Ow! Ow! Look how big the lights are. Right, as close as you can get without overheating. So 300 and something watts. What? Okay, brilliant. Memorized. Let me unplug. Film. Oh, I did that wrong. Right. Next is going to be. Can't easily get round to that. Let me see how much my monitor. So this monitor, this computer monitor, which is in the freeform fun zone / area of the studio. It's on standby right now, which is that bad? I don't know. Let's find out. So what I'm going to do is, so it's connected. You can see using eyes and tilting like that. Actually, I'm going to do a bit of. That's all right. I'll just hold you weird angle. So that is probably connected to bash into everything through a whole bunch of these guys down there. But I'm just going to go in straight at the source, just freestyle it, right at the source of everything, life, philosophy, the universe. Let's make my internet go out. That's okay. Plug it in, stick it in the hole. All right. There you go. What's it gonna? It's doing things. I hope the numbers are low. Just getting the torch on my phone, so I can't. Low. That's good. Less than a watt. Yes. What? Right. I'm fine with that. I'm not even worried about that. I'm just gonna throw money out the window, the door with that. That's fine. Who cares? Less than a watt. That's like nearly 0. Look at that. Nearly 0. Well, closer to 1, but it's still small. So I'm fine with that. I mean, to be honest, that could be coming from that probably is coming from the Wi-Fi router more than the actual monitor anyway. So that's good. Now that means I haven't been completely throwing money away, leaving my monitors on. That's stupid. All right. There you go. I'll pick this up using my hands and opposable thumbs. Yeah, got the mic. Drop the mic. No, don't do that. So I'm going to put you there, your ears and your eyes. I'm going to carry you around. Right, next thing. So that monitor will be the same as that monitor. So that's okay. Don't need to measure words. Don't need to measure that. But maybe leaving my computer on could be using lots of juicage. So that's what I'm going to check right now. So I'm going to, well, in fact, this is, see, computer's free. This is me showing you some additional behind the scenes sort of lifestyle stuff. So what I normally do, I plug it in, normally again with 2 hands, but it's much easier with 2 hands. There you go. Was I even pointing at you? I have no idea. So plug it in. Blip, blip, blip. I missed the noises as well. Just kind of pull them out, put it in, pull them out, put it out, put it in. Keep doing that. And that. And then, so that's a USB hub. Power. Well, it's actually using power now. It's not what I wanted. Monitor, and then sound card. Scarlett 6i6. Now that's not what I wanted, purely because maybe it's not the end of the world. Normally when it's fully charged, it goes green, and then it's not using the battery, it's just using the power cable, so I could work out, edit. I just realised I totally typed the password in as I was filming, so edit all that out. I've forgotten what I was talking about. Yes, computers use, once these proper computers, most normal, pretty much all computers now, once they're fully charged and it goes green, it doesn't use the battery, it just goes directly from the power mains. So it just completely bypasses the battery circuitry. So what I'm going to do, so this is on updates available later. Alligator. So it's on 77%, so it's doing a bit of charging as well as a bit of using. So that's where we are. So it's doing some charging, but it's also using a bit, probably, to do stuff. Let's plug it in. The power meter. Nearly dropped it. Tilt, tilt, tilt. Right. Ow, knees. Uh-oh, no, so bad. Nearly bad happened. When you unpull the power, words of the day. When you pull the power out and it's in clamshell mode, clamshell like a clam, then it just shuts off or goes into sleep mode or something, which is not what I want. So I'm just going to quickly open it. 2 hands, you're not going to see this because, okay, fine. Open it up, just so it doesn't, and then this is some high quality filming action. High quality audio. I just realised the audio is not really pointing at my head. That's okay. Is I broken it already? No, just the light. It's using some wattages to doing nothing. That's okay. No, stop. Plug it in. Stick it in the hole. Do a sort of zoom effect if necessary. Okay, that's quite a long one, I thought. I shouldn't leave my computer on. 60 watts. Let me light. 65. I mean, it gotta make sense because I know how much I know they're 80 watt for a 15-inch. I think it's an 80 watt or 65. I don't know, some 65 or 80 watt power cable. So maybe that makes sense. Quite a lot of watt actually for just leave my. I'm not going to leave my computer on. That's just silly. Okay, 50 watts. That is not mega, but it's not nothing. It's sort of medium. Yeah. So I'm not, and that's not even including hard drives that I sometimes leave in. I suppose if my computer's doing something, I've got to let it do it. But okay, so not leaving my computer on. That's just not the biggest deal in the world, but still just money flowing out my bank account. So that's more power. Let's unplug that. Let's do it. Look at that. Didn't work at all. Smooth sailing. Pull it out again, and push it in. There you go. Clamshell mode activated. Right. So that is some power usage. I leave the speaker. Your angle is ridiculous. Whose idea was this? Right, fix this angle. This is ridiculous. So there you go. What else is there? Should we do a spin? Put that there. No, I'm not. Put that over here. Much better. Phone. Right. What else is there? Well, the Wi-Fi router has already been checked because I checked it from the plug. That sounds fine, wasn't it? This side, computer obviously seems to be the main dude. I suppose the hard drives. I mean, I've got a spinny hard drive, but I never normally leave that in almost ever, only when it's actually needed. So we could ignore that, because if I need to use that hard drive, I need to use it regardless of what the what. There's a lot of power cables down there. What's all that for? I think it's all small stuff like Ableton Push, like a few watts. Desktop headphone amp, few watts for the sound card, a few watts for the mic pre. Speakers could be potentially some wattage, maybe not like crazy watts, but definitely some watts. But then again, but of course, if I have to use the speakers, I have to use the speakers. So no point in measuring that. So yeah, that's it. Computer. Yeah, so don't leave that on willy-nilly. That's going to be one thing I've learned. And don't leave my computer on either, willy-nilly. And yeah, that's my conclusion. Put that there. Now I'm going to put that. Don't really know. I've learned about this today. So I've learned sort of no idea if I'm framed right or anything. Just guessing now, just guessing. Does that look, no idea, but does that look okay? No idea what that looks like. I could look at my phone. More knowledge behind the actors' studio scenes, how stuff, words, and I'm gonna plug you in before I tell you things. Plug in GoPro using cable. Right. I can use my telephone to see what's coming out of you with your eyes. Spooky, right? So I go to Capture, the GoPro app, and sort of press buttons, and then it just says recording. It's not showing me, which I'm going to temporarily stop you recording and then restart the recording to show you. So, ready? And restart. Look at that. I'm just going to look at me through this, and then you can see. I can. Oh, look at that. Feedback loop. Fractals. I don't know, just saying stuff. How do I look if I stand here? Do I look mega cool in power stance? I'm looking at me, looking at you, looking at me, looking at you, looking at me, looking at me, looking at you, looking at me, looking at me, looking at you, looking at me, because of the latency. But yes, this is how I frame things with the GoPro, because there's no little screen on it. It's just a Hero 3. Pretty cool, right? Little app. So I'm just looking at myself now. This is weird. So back to the content of the video. Forget where am I standing here. Really, really important, this, obviously. Especially after the brilliant filming before. Yes, that works. Memorize. Okay. Power, right. Slightly forgotten. Video. Power meter. How much power does my studio use? Quite a lot. 400-ish watts. Maybe with the speakers on, 500. Everything go in the studio with the speakers, and me just lights. I've also got Hue. Where can I show you them? Picture of my Hue Go lights. So let's say I'm charging them. Let's do a minimum and a maximum. So minimum, including the light, because no, not including that. Just getting myself in a muddle. How much power does my studio use? The big light, 350 watts, which is a lot, Ryan. For comparison, a small electric heater is 500 watts. So that is a even smaller electric heater plus light. Cool, right? Computer, 50 watts. I think I've forgotten. 50, 350 plus 50, 400. It's not multiplication, it's adding up. I'm the adder today. Welcome to the studio, Adder's studio. Name is also Adam, so there's a correlation there. Adding things up, 350 plus 50, 400. And then let's say I'm doing everything at once. I've got my hue light. That wouldn't happen. Just thinking if I had the hue lights on. Picture again. If I've ever done that, can't remember. Let's say I had the hue lights on. I wouldn't have the big light on at the same time, the soft box. So that wouldn't happen. So ignore that. Speakers, 50 or 100, something like that. So we're going to say sub 500, but definitely 4 to 500. 4 to 500, that's my conclusion. How much power does my studio use? 4 to 500 watts, which is a small electric heater in terms of electricity. What I learned from this. Don't leave that on for fun. But I don't do that anyway. I always need that when I need it. Computer, though. Don't leave my computer on for laziness, because I can't be bothered to turn it back on. It takes 10 seconds then next time I want to use it. So, because that's 50 watts. 50 watts just watting away. Oh no, some watts just disappeared. Oh no. That's what's happening when I'm leaving my computer on. Lunatic. So that is the big thing I've learned here in this video, and you've came along for the ride. You've been a part of the journey with the how much power does computer uses 50 watts. Do the words today, multiplier. Do a sentence, do some words. The big thing I've learned is my computer uses 50 watts when I just leave it on, willy-nilly, approximately. So I'm not going to do that anymore. That's just money wasted. And the studio as a whole uses between 400 and 500 watts when it's sort of normal, which is a light on, normal sort of stuff. This is a power meter. Do not connect after each other. I have been multiplier, not adder. I've been multiply. Best day ever for the words. I have been multiplier, and we have found out together how much power stance, how much power my studio uses. I will connect the flippity flip, catch after the connect the flippity indoors. No, I won't disconnect the flip. Do not. I will catch you on the flippity flip, but I won't connect after the. I will catch you guys after not connecting the flippity flip after the catch. Because of this. YouTube! Oh. Do that again.